What do P Diddy, that vegan teacher, and Eugenia Cooney all have in common? Look, I did it. You're here. Hello. I wanted to start by, I do plan on addressing that question, but I want to start by giving a shout out to my little thumbnail that I put in this video. I feel like a lot of the videos that I see these days have these AI thumbnails, and those are the videos with millions and millions of views. It's wild. We can have a conversation about that later. But back to the point, what do these three people have in common? Matter of fact, what do P Diddy, that vegan teacher, Eugenia Cooney, Britney Spears, the President of the United States, all of the child stars from Nickelodeon, all of the families on PBS, Amy Winehouse, Aaron Carter, what do all of these people have in common? I could literally list them for the next 10 minutes. What do you think? Before I answer, what do you think? Put it in the comments. Okay, anyway, I'm going to stop leaving it hanging. I'm not very good at making content, in case you can't tell. I'm literally a no one from nowhere land. I have no background in any type of official anything. I'm going to school for neuroscience, and I'm passionate about psychology, so I don't have anything really that valuable to say, but I will one day. What these people have in common is they are being witnessed. They're being witnessed by millions of people. And you might think like, wow, that was underwhelming. What an underwhelming response. But think about it for a second. Humans are the first species. They're the first organisms that have created this ability to not only watch themselves, but watch people from all over the world. And on top of that, watch decades of people from around the world. We watch people, we watch their art, we watch all sorts of different content. I don't know what edge of the internet you're on or how you ended up here today, but we're all over the place. We have this unique ability to witness our species and decades of it. The psychological evolution of humankind. We can see it right in front of our own eyes. Now, one of the problems with that at this time is it happened seemingly overnight for some of us. If you're a millennial like me, I am of the elder millennial variety, you probably grew up with some sort of, I was still paying for minutes, and I still had to wait for the phone to be free. You know, we were playing Oregon Trail on floppy disks, but if you're mid to late 30s, you probably grew up with technology in chat rooms. Yahoo Messenger was predator, central over there. Neopets. I was in the Destiny's Child chat room. That was hella toxic. So whatever edge of the internet you came from, you probably grew up with it. So you're not a stranger to the way that these things work. Now, if you interact with platforms like YouTube and TikTok and things like that, you might be familiar with the algorithm, the concept of the algorithm. That's really as far as I can get into it, because again, I'm a no one from nowhere land, and I literally don't know anything about anything. But pretty much what happens is the more you interact with these platforms, the more you're fed the things that you interact with. Most of us know that. Not all of us know how it works, but that's how it works. So we end up in these echo chambers of sorts. For example, right now, my YouTube, because I'm such a big fan of psychology and the psychological development of humans, I go on YouTube and I see these AI-generated thumbnails with clickbait for as far as you can see, pages and pages of clickbait, whether it's legal cases or psychological studies or neuroscience nerdy stuff. That's what I see. And it's mostly AI-generated thumbnails with some type of clickbait hook. If you're seeing that too, maybe that's worth having a conversation about. Could it be because we're desensitized? Could it be because that's just our sense of humor? What do you think? What do you think it is? So back to these people that I listed, the 3 that I originally listed, and then all of the ones that I've just added to the list. These people have been witnessed publicly by millions of people. Now, what do you think that does to a person? And that's kind of a vague question. So we'll break it down into a couple different things. What do you think that does to a person that is aware of it? What do you think that does to a person that's not aware of it? What do you think it does to a person that has never had attention before and suddenly has it overnight? What do you think that does to a person that thrives when they receive attention and all they know is how to receive attention? But now they have comments from strangers and millions of people. We could generate questions around the impacts that this might have forever. We could. These people were victim to this machine. Now the question should really turn into, what are we going to do about this? We've now watched, at this point, I would say dozens. At this point, we've watched dozens of people. We've witnessed dozens of people. All the way down to Gabby Hanna. You know, there are people that are kind of underground. They're not like celebrity spotlight. You know, we've watched dozens of people have psychological malfunctions publicly. And if you look at the comment section of any of those things, whether it's when Amy Winehouse was falling over on stage, looking uncomfortable, whether it was when Gabby Hanna posted hundreds of videos in like 2-hour span about how she is a religious figure, whether it's Britney Spears dancing chaotically, what are we going to do once we realize what's happening? What's happening is we're witnessing these people. They're people. Those are humans that this is happening to. When does the conversation change from, wow, she's really crashing out, to this is a human that's having a thing? And where does that conversation start? It's wild. It's wild to think about. The reason that I'm making this video today is first to test the algorithm and put a little clickbait over here on this thing, and second, just to pose the question, if you are at a point where you can look at someone acting abnormally or acting in a way that's harmful or acting in a way that's fantastic, when you witness a person, can you make an effort before you say anything just to remember that that's a human? Whatever that means to you. I'm not telling you what to do. Also, I'm, again, nobody from nowhere land. I think that's where the change starts. These people, what they have in common is we've watched their downfalls, or we've watched them fall apart, or we've watched people succeed, and rather than celebrating successes and taking them for what they are, we've commented things that are not productive. Where does the change start? Anyway, talk to you later.